Here we go, we're on our way to our secret location.
Welcome to Denbigh Asylum with Wirral Paranormal Investigations, Tony Franks-Buckley, resident medium and co-owner, management Michael Boyd, and head of security Eddie.
Edward Fellows, and we're here. Let's see if we can see ourselves, Ed. No. Yes, we are here. What's great about our new equipment, we're able to use it everywhere and anywhere. Plus it also switches to night vision. I'm quite worried about this one. And I'm the medium. They've been coming to me for a while. I've had a few gentlemen here in my dreams before I came, and I'm quite worried and scared. But, and it's not like me, I've seen some real demons. So, but we're just checking out the route for everybody, and when the date comes and the radio people are with us, we can have some fun. I can't wait. There we go. Yeah. Our first obstacle is this. They've used that as a step over, but I've got cutters. Not supposed to use them, are we? But I've got them. Not with me now. Okay. Pause. Okay. As we can see, quite an amazing and beautiful building. Some entrance ways here, but need to watch underfoot. I think the whole idea is that we are only guests here, and we are only visiting, so therefore it's about no damage and respecting the place for what it is. Which part is this, Tom?
This is the main building, let's go around there.
Okay. There's a really strange feel about it at the moment. I can almost see people at the windows as well.
What did I just say to you?
Somebody just staring over there in the window. That's where I can feel. Right over there. I've just heard somebody say something. Quite an eerie but beautiful feel about the building. Very historic, beautiful landscapes around the place. Could see the serenity of the place at one time. Although not a peaceful place. A place of strained minds and strayed people. Even by day, you get that feeling of being watched, being... Let's see. Right, that's me, Tony.
Hello.
And Ed, and we've just been
Denbigh Asylum.
into Denbigh Asylum.
Wonderful.
As you, we're all panting like mad and we're all giving it loads. But it's the most amazing and scary place that I've ever been into. I don't know about you, Tony.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place. There's so much to it. It's an unbelievable place.
And as we said, this is Denbigh 1. Our secret vigil. And we'll be back
for an investigation
very soon. Denbigh Asylum.
You're listening to Wirral Sound Hospital Radio, and this is Station Manager Mike Shepherd for Community Scene Wirral. Now, a couple of weeks ago, myself and Mandy Jones were invited by Hidden Wirral Paranormal Investigations to a secret location somewhere in North Wales for a ghost vigil. I'm not quite sure why, but myself and Mandy agreed, and here we are. We have arrived on site, and I can't begin to tell you just how eerie this place looks and feels. Now, before we head inside, Michael and Tony are going to give us a safety briefing because some parts of this site are incredibly dangerous. And it's important to know what to do and what not to do. It's very well organised, and I'm very impressed so far by what we have achieved and seen here. Now, Tony, incidentally, has just given us a history lesson on this place, and I've got to tell you, it doesn't make for easy listening of any shape or form, with more than 100 recorded deaths and murders at this site. So, as I say, we're going to get our safety briefing now before we head inside and hopefully find out what this night and this secret location somewhere in North Wales has in store for us. Well, after negotiating a very tricky entry into what we believe is the main building, we are finally here, and we've been split up into two different teams now. Tony has taken one set of guys to what can only be described as another annex with a very, very long corridor with all sorts of nooks and crannies off it as well. And I've got to tell you, there is very little light here. We're all using head torches and lanterns and that kind of thing, and there seems to be shadows moving around in these sort of nooks and crannies where we're not even shining lights or torches. It really is very unnerving. Now, in another annex, there is myself, Michael Boyd, Mandy Jones is here as well, a couple of others who have joined us on this vigil, and you may be able to hear in the background Michael is trying to communicate with various spirits or ghosts or guides that may be with us in this building tonight. And we have all sorts of electronic equipment here as well, and Michael is using that equipment to try and contact those spirits and those guides and kind of encouraging them, if you like, to make contact with us. But I've got to say, it really is very unnerving, and I'm not really sure at this moment in time what the night really has in store for us. Well, already there has been a hive of activity so far. Michael has been hit in the head with some sort of an object from above. Now, any sceptics out there may believe that somebody had been planted here and it was all a setup. I can tell you now, on the higher floors, it looks like maybe 3 or 4 different levels, but there is no flooring. There is no way anybody can get to an elevated position in this building. It's very dark, it's very quiet, and it's very spooky. There's all sorts of noises going on. We have had some sort of communication already on the electronic equipment as well. Now, every time Michael seems to be trying to contact guides or spirits or any ghosts that are with us, we keep getting told to be quiet. We keep hearing these noises saying, be quiet, shut up, and there's lots of bangs and knocks and things like that. It is really quite frightening, really, in one sense of the word. And I can't wait to get out into another part of the building, maybe a less active part of the building, if I want a better word, and try and find out what the rest of the building or the rest of the site may have in store for us. But really, at this moment in time, it really is quite frightening here. And I've got to tell you, already 2 people can't handle what is going on here, and they have left and gone back to the minibus on the lane where we left the minibus. So it really is quite frightening, and I don't know what is going to happen next. That is the most unnerving thing. This is Michael Shepherd for Community Scene Wirral at our secret location in North Wales.
Okay.
Can you go and affect somebody in the other group? Thank you. Can you go and affect somebody in the other group?
So we're getting activity in this far corner here. The radio's been going nuts. Only Mandy's, none of ours. Yeah.
Can you affect this radio? Thank you. I need to put it in so nobody can see. Can't see enough. Can you affect this radio? Thank you.
Weird.
I can see now.
Let's go and join the other group. Okay, without having Mike here, we don't feel safe.
On that door, I'm hoping on that, but it was like dead quick. Holy shit.
Oh, it's okay. The other group are coming here.
Right, what we need to do is we need to get together and we need to put protection here.
Yeah.
Because people are feeling a bit bad. Come together.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I've always said is in like nature, when you're in a group...
Can we all make sure we're stood there, please?
I'll just get my name out here as well.
Something's going mad now. We've been getting stones thrown at us and everything.
Okay.
I've had electric shock therapy.
Yes, we've had what did we have? Words that come through with electricity.
I got electrocuted.
Slow death in my sleep. Everything. And that big thing, so there's been amazing.
Someone through the frequency has just told Mandy to watch out for the wood.
Okay. Okay, well we need to be careful about what's above us.
Yeah.
Okay, so always be aware about things that are above you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some protection on all of us because I don't feel that we're protected enough at the moment. Now normally what I like to do before we come in is say the Lord's Prayer or Archangel Michael's Prayer.
I did do the
Okay.
Lord's Prayer here.
Right, good. Well, that's good. But we went as a whole group. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do another protection prayer, which I'm going to get up on my phone because I'm not quite there with it yet. So, okay. Okay. Just relax, everybody, and just know that we are protected.
Relax. Just had electric shock therapy.
I've never seen one when she bought that.
Completely straight through all the way. Wow, that was like sick, horrible. I'm ready to go again. You got the gist though, it's a male.
Yeah, just explain what exactly happened.
Just doing the Ouija board and he had a male presence come through. He just kept saying basically goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. So I asked for another presence to come through and we got a lady who said she was 47. She was hurt by this gentleman, scared, killed by this gentleman, scared of this gentleman. This gentleman just basically completely took over the board. Did you see it spin just constantly, and then all of a sudden it was like volts just went straight
Right through your body.
Yeah, to the fact that the glass just flew.
And we've been here, what, say 10-15 minutes?
And I've done the Lord's Prayer and I've put a protection around everyone.
And we've been getting stones being thrown, doors banging, other bangs.
Something's just been thrown at me and
Yes,
it's still
so
all
do.
like,
Something touching your leg.
it's still all like whatever was thrown at me. Like white stuff.
Do you know like if you touch something, a plug, and you get an electric shock? Thank you!
It's Eddie. That's Eddie, isn't it?
Yeah, but something's thrown at Eddie. Something's just been
You can't scare us. Kim, I'm not going to let anyone touch her.
jeans are going to go brown. That just saves me from wearing white. Should have worn black to go again.
Yeah, I'm ready to go again. Ed, you ready to go again? Is there anybody here who can communicate with us? Anybody here who wants to talk with us? Please do not be afraid, please come forward. We're not here to hurt you or harm you. Yes, you wish to talk with us. Can you go and affect somebody in the other group? Thank you. Can you go and affect somebody in the other group?
So we're getting activity in this far corner here. The radio's been going nuts. Only Mandy's, none of ours. Yeah.
Can you affect this radio? Thank you. I need to put it in so nobody can see. Can't see enough. Can you affect this radio? Thank you.
Weird.
I can see now.
Let's go and join the other group. Okay. Without having Mike here, we don't feel safe.
From that door and hit me on that, but it was like dead quick. Holy shit.
Oh, it's okay. The other group are coming here.
Right, what we need to do is we need to get together and we need to put protection here.
Yeah.
Because people are feeling a bit bad. Come together. Yeah. Okay. Now what I've always said is in like nature, when you're in a group...
Can we all make sure we're stood there, please?
I'll just get Mandy and Mike here as well.
Something's going mad now. We've been getting stones thrown at us and everything.
Okay.
I've had electric shock therapy.
Yes, we've had what did we have? Words that come through with electricity.
I got electrocuted.
Slow death in my sleep. Everything. And that big thing, so there's been amazing.
Someone through
Okay.
the frequency has just told Mandy to watch out for the wood.
Okay. Okay, well we need to be careful about what's above us.
Yeah.
Okay, so always be aware about things that are above you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some protection on all of us because I don't feel that we're protected enough at the moment. Now normally what I like to do before we come in is say the Lord's Prayer or Archangel Michael's Prayer.
I did do the
Okay.
Lord's Prayer here.
Right, good. Well, that's good. But we went as a whole group. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do another protection prayer, which I'm going to get up on my phone because I'm not quite there with it yet. So, okay. Okay. Just relax, everybody, and just know that we are protected.
Relax. Just had electric shock therapy.
I've never seen one she bought that.
At a Sound Hospital Radio, here we are, myself, station manager Mike Shepherd. Mandy Jones is here as well from Community Scene Wirral. I have with me the two guys that have put all of this together, Tony and Mike. Now, I've got to be honest, the first thing I noticed as soon as we came in is just how eerie the place is.
Oh, definitely. And the part with this is there's so many disaffected people that came here that they didn't really understand how to treat them. In them days, they were using electric shock treatment to try and cure the pulses of the brain. Yeah. And spirits use our brain energy and our waves to communicate with us, and often with the electric items that we've got. And as you know, Mike, where we were getting a lot of real-time answers from the spirit box, saying names and telling us to be quiet all the time.
Absolutely, indeed, they were, yeah.
It was quite eerie that we were getting them real-time answers.
Yeah. And Tony, down the other end of the corridor, Tony, you were getting things thrown at you and all sorts, weren't you?
Like, I was filming. I'm hoping I've caught quite a lot of it on camera, but I've not felt this shaking in a long time. This has not happened before. We were just getting stuff chucked at us. The Ouija board was going nuts. We even took a picture of two red eyes. There was just the room. I didn't like it at all, and I was glad that we stopped when we did and we moved.
Now, being honest with you fellas, I am a bit of a sceptic and things like that.
Well, so's Tony.
I'm a sceptic as well.
To be honest, when I first step foot into the place, you can feel how much unrest there is.
Yes.
It's very uneasy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So many unrested spirits here, people that didn't actually know where they were at the time because their mindset was completely of a mental disaffected state. And, you know, they were trying to cure them of these difficulties. And it's obvious with the spirits that we've picked up, and me being the spiritual side and the mediumship side, I've picked up a lot of energies and people walking around. And what we've had is a lot of people getting touched, and the feelings of touch. We've had 3 people had to leave and be escorted back off the premises because they felt vomited, scared, petrified, because they were being touched and changed in their attitudes.
This was all in the first hour as well.
Well, as soon as we walked in, if you remember, Mike, as a big group of 13, I said to them, I shouted out, "If you're there, make a noise." And the next thing, I had like stones thrown at me, and I was hit by a rock and everything else, and that was in front of everybody, and we were all together. There was nobody else around in the building. Here we've got our historian as well, Tony, who's also the manager with me, and he's got a lot of information about the place. And you know, the names that we brought through, we had one when we did our daytime walk round in the area we're in now, where we picked up a name which was Glyn Jones. We went through to another part, and there was a medical bottle with Glyn Jones's name on it.
Fantastic.
That's
Just
evidence that you wouldn't normally get.
That's definitely not coincidence, is it?
Definitely
No,
not.
we don't believe in coincidence, do we, Tony?
We debunk and then we prove. That's the idea.
Now, Tony, if we can just turn to you for a second, you're the historian.
Yeah.
Now, there's so much history around this place, really, isn't there? As a skeptic, if you're ever going to see a ghost or witness paranormal activity, this is the place you're going to...
This is definitely the venue.
This is the venue.
This, for me, this is it. You're in, just for the place that it is itself. It's not a peaceful place. It never was. And I don't think it ever will be, no matter whatever they do build on it when they decide.
Now, quite interesting you say that, really, because we're in this area now which can only be described as the courtyard, really, now.
Yes.
Now, throughout the building where we've been so far, this does seem like the only semi-peaceful place, if you like it.
As I said to Tony, we went on the walk around prior to this, and it was here that was almost like an exercise, peaceful area, and there was a garden that I could picture because I can do regression back into time, and I explained to Tony where all the flowers were and where the places where people would have sat and rest, and as you can feel yourself, Mike, it's peaceful. And it's a centre of energy, where at the centre of the actual building itself, and it would be where they would be allowed to walk, these people with their troubles and everything else, escorted by the nurses and the doctors, allowing that moment of peace after therapy, treatment. And a lot of these people were on really high medications as well, so their mind would have been all over the place. But here, it's almost like I'm picking up that they were at rest and they were able to be at peace here. And that moment of, I'm not being treated with anything, and I'm being allowed just to be in that quiet space.
Now, we were talking about the courtyard, which we've deemed as the fairly safe area and peaceful area. Now, forgive me ignorance, in the spirit world, will there be spirits, you know, around the building that are trying to get away from other spirits?
Exactly as I said to Tony, which is funny you pick up on that, Mike, because I said to Tony, because we're in the centre, from all the other areas where there was all them benign spirits and all the ones that are trying to cause difficulty to those that want peace or rest or would like to cross over, because that's what I would try and do. My job as a medium was also to try and help those that need to cross over and give them a doorway or a portal to try and access peace and everlasting peace. And this place is where most of them had come on the daylight, and then you can hear the noises now. That's not a normal noise, that's like a voice shouting out now as we're talking about coming here for peace. It's relentless, and we are coming now towards the witching hour, as we call it. We're past midnight now, going on to 1-2 o'clock in the morning, and that's where the highest energies would happen. Between that 1 and 2 o'clock. It's not midnight as people think.
Okay, fellas, we'll chat again on the lone vigil.
Fantastic.
And summarise what the night's been like, you know, a little bit later on as well.
Time for a quick cup of tea, and then we'll take them over.
A cup of tea and something maybe a bit stronger as well. Tony and Mike, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay. Yes, I can. So how are you feeling at the moment? We've just been through there. Yeah, bellyache's quite common. So, okay, we've got the Onyx studio in here, man, but it's quite difficult. I'm using it as a bit of an audio thing, this, but my infrared is helping a bit. So when in close quarters with people anyway, we can actually see what is going on. So, might have to wipe the board. Okay. Right, we've had tight, okay?
What do you mean tight? Or is that just the word you've got?
Yes. Why won't that go to top volume? Okay. Yeah, 9 degrees we had before. Change. So. trying to pick up watch with the white light. Okay. It's over here on the case. Okay, I'm going to disconnect now so that you can connect. We've got 2 spirits in here at the moment. Mark. Thank you for that, Mark. Got the name Mark. Just playing funny games with it though, tell you. Is that your name? If so, say that name again. Yeah, that's a silly thing to ask it to say the same thing again because it shouldn't come through. Okay.
You got a radio, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go through to my group again, okay? Okay. I'll see if I can get at least even the vigils. With the red light, it actually shows up, look.
Wait till you see what I've got on here.
Nice.
The evidence we've been getting, like, has been absolutely unbelievable. We've had pictures, eyes, we've had rocks being thrown at us, we've had the radio going on and off.
See, can see you. It's been crazy. And you're a skeptic as well, Tony, even with everything that's gone on.
Me and Lindsay, who appeared down
Can you feel the temperature dropping here now? It's flipping crazy in here.
At the same time, you see things.
Yeah. Look, they're all coming in here now. Morning. Morning's the word, but it's not speaking. Right, I'm going to take this off mine now, and then I'm going to turn my Bluetooth off and see if you can connect. I'm off now, so I'm offline from you. It'll go blub blub if you're connected. Need to find the app though. Ghost Radar Classic or Ghost Legacy.
Ghost.com, is it?
I don't know.
Tony, what's the app for the
Ghost Legacy or Ghost Radar Classic.
Ghost.com, is it?
I'm not sure. I don't know whether it'll connect to that or not. Sorry.
My flipping radio's gone.
Bluetooth, yeah. Yeah, that's Nicky for.
Not like down there.
Up on the other floor, Tony. Yeah,
Oh, up on the second floor.
yeah. We're picking up stuff up there.
I'm not even lying, we seem like a... I don't know how to describe it other than like a
My
random
radio's gone missing.
light.
Have you put down here?
No. Hang on, son, I've got it. It fell down me fucking pants. You got it?
Ghost.com, Ghost Communication, I've got.
Okay, well, it needs to connect Bluetooth to that. I'm going to turn mine on now, my radio.
Down there.
Throwing everything at you. So, we've seen, as I went to walk through, it all hit me in the head. It's a shame that we didn't have that on. Yes?
I had mine on.
What? I'm coming down with you now, yeah. Yeah, Nick, you can have that little toy. We're coming back down to you now. Yeah, sorry about that. I've got this sort of working on a bit of night cam, so but we're using the infrared that I've got on my head, so we can get your visuals. 9-degree change in there again. Oh gosh, did you hear that? That was a grill, like somebody treading on that grill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Really good.
That was down here, wasn't it?
Come on, we'll go down here. Man, come on this way. Yeah. I didn't like it in here when I came. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that in there?
Wow.
Okay, I'll go first. Right. This is the room I came in last time, and I really didn't like it at all. I see you something, run, it says there.
I don't get a nice feeling in there.
No, I don't. I couldn't stay in here when I came, but I was on my own, so... Oh. I got all of them on there, yeah. Am I able to see? Film that now.
If you're anyone in here that wishes to communicate with us, use the equipment to speak to us. I feel sick. Speak to us, communicate. What was that?
I've no idea. Nobody's done anything.
Everyone's in that room down there.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be on the camera, that bang. Because though I'm not getting a lot of visuals with it, I'm still getting the audio.
Oh my God, what's that? Look at that spider.
Looks like a baked bean spider.
Oh,
Possibly.
I don't like spiders. No, I don't do spiders.
Whoever's there, make a sound.
Is that window moving then?
That could be the wind though, you know. Make a sound, make a noise. Speak to us through the spirit box. Show a light. Come on, we'll go down to there. You feeling okay? It's like a real sick feeling in your throat.
Proper metallic-y. Dusty. Oh, what was that now?
If you wish to speak to us, please communicate. Talk to us. We know that you are there. Please talk to us. Say something. What is your name? Say that again. What is your name? That sounded foreign. Is your name John? Speak to us, John. We've had John here when I came. That's our way out. Once again, that noise down there. It's quite foreboding down there though, isn't it? Quite foreboding down there, as if they don't want you there. Speak to us. Tell us your name. There's lots of noises. Oh, jeepers, watch the wood. Remember what it said? That wasn't like that when we came. That wasn't like that when me and Tony and Ed came.
I wonder if that's what was meant before.
Watch the wood.
Watch out for
You were round about there, weren't you?
Good grief.
watch out for the wood.
That doesn't look very safe at
How
all,
did that
does it?
get like that then?
It will have just rotted and fell out. That's quite crazy, that.
Look at that. Wow. Sorry, I'm in your way.
Okay, it's okay. Sorry. Okay, we'll continue through here. This is where they're saying they've had lots of activity in here, haven't they? So.
I said 500 before. And that's the hospital. I don't know. before.
What name did we get? Just outside there.
John?
The name John. That's unusual, isn't it? Okay, you've been throwing things at the others that were in here, the other group. You threw things at me before. Is it because you want us to leave? Speak to us. Is that Simon?
Silent, I heard.
Oh, silent. They were saying be quiet in there. When we were in the other room, we're getting all the quiet.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm shouting out, so it's almost like saying, shut up.
Yeah.
Don't speak.
Mm-hmm.
Speak to us. Communicate with us. We mean you no harm, we just wish to communicate.
Holy cow.
Yeah, up there. That's where I seen the orb just going up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The woman there.
Yeah?
Oh gosh.
What the heck?
Just on the top there. As Tony said, that's another floor. So they would still walk that level. And this almost looks like a type of day room, or, you know, with the fires and that, and the fireplaces. Yeah. Like a lounge area, or a nurse's quarters maybe. Or the warden's quarters, or those that would look after the really bad ones that were down here.
So do we know what this area was?
Yes, this area and down this corridor was the lock-up area for some of the most severe cases. So, that's according to Tony, so... Shocked. Is this where the shock treatment took place? Did they use electricity on you? Were you given shock treatment? Please speak to us. Isn't it funny? We come through here, it's fairly quiet.
Yeah. You always follow Mandy.
No, but it's not just that. I think it's more Tony at the moment, because we've talked a lot lately and Tony's sort of been very sceptic about what's going on, and he knows how sometimes I question things a lot about myself and my abilities and different things. And he said, well, let's see what they do here. I'll take some proof from here, you know what I mean? Yeah. His face, there's a picture. He's absolutely flabbergasted, isn't he? Who was that? Speak again. Seen somebody down there in that little alcove. I need a brighter light on me. It's like somebody just was in there then. Keep it still, remember. The idea of these microdots, do you remember when I spoke to you, Mandy, on the radio?
Yes.
Right? Is that normal light, like we've got torches and that, will not shine on spirit. Right. It will not illuminate it. The resonance of lasers and laser lights, like red and green, and purples, which is ultraviolet, it will reflect on the energies of a spirit or a ghost or anything of that nature, and you'll see the dots move, or a hand, for instance, like this. See, like my hand. See, if I do that, you can see my hand, can't you?
Yeah.
And that's what it will do, and that's why we use these laser pens, and we set them up in places as well.
Yeah. You had one, didn't you?
Yeah, I gave them to Mandy. I've got two now, which are high-powered ones, which I've got from China. You get lots of our stuff from there. Takes a while to get here. I think we'll go and join their group or walk down that way again, because I'm very interested to see what energies come as we walk.
Why have I got one then?
Because you've changed at the end pointer.
Touch it?
Okay, see this? Press it again. Oh.
I didn't touch it.
Oh, you've dropped the ends, come off it.
What?
Oh, excuse me. Somebody's screaming.
All right. You found it? Cool. Need to screw it in.
See, this must have been staircase up there. You know, yeah, it looks like it. This is where I got all the stuff thrown at me though, here. And from there. I feel like I'm getting throttled round the neck, to be honest. Like somebody, yeah, somebody's hung themselves. See, these were like holding cells, these. See, where they would hold them. I'm not sure about this one. I think this might have been an office. Yeah. But I do know the holding cells were the ones that we were in down there that don't feel very nice.
What was that?
That was a bleep, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. I almost feel like I've stood here, almost staring out the window. They make me feel like that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would stand here just looking, wanting to be out there.
Like in days.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Drugged. I feel very drugged. Oh, that's a mask.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
What's that?
It's a mask. Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's possibly like a dust mask though. Imagine maybe, but there's not been work done here. So maybe somebody's had that. That's a smoke grenade. Yes?
You just said it.
Do that again, please.
Jeff was getting high.
Yeah. Probably down here getting off their heads, some of them, aren't they? Getting creeped out. Yeah. What a place to do it though, you see. Anything you'd see, you'd think it was just drugs, wouldn't you? Oh, what was that? Now then. Coming to this part and I'm getting a headache.
Like a big dizziness.
No, pounding head. What the hell's that in there? I don't know what that is. No. Can't make out exactly what it is, but it's all like churny things, you know. Shine that torch right at it. Yeah, so I've got it on film, you see. Yeah. That's better.
Why does it keep going back?
That's good. I just keep hold of that. I'm getting some recording going now. I can actually see. This looks very strange. Sort of. I don't know what this would have been. Oh gosh, don't like the look of that. I think he stepped back, I think. That looks like that could fall. Let's go back where we're hearing the noises, ain't like? You know, in them cells. God knows what that was. Oh, I haven't got a clue what that is. That could be like a dumbwaiter.
Look at all them orbs down there, fine.
Cool. Fantastic. More activity there, Mandy, I can hear it. That might have been like a dumbwaiter, you know, to send things up and down. Yeah. These are the two rooms that I really don't like. Yes?
Slings.
Cool. See them better in daylight when you get the things sorted. And these rooms, this is a room that I didn't like as well. This doesn't feel very nice in here either, does it? Doesn't feel quite nice in here either. The tiling and everything else. Another funny smell in here.
Fire, like burnt skin. That smells good.
Like singed. A really funny smell in here, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, I suppose we might get the smell from that. Debunk.
I can hear a record player.
I can hear music like being played. I don't know if it's a record player, Nick. It could be.
What's something? It's like a twirly big horn thing in record.
Please make a diary entry, it says there, as you're leaving. Feels horrible, doesn't it? Well, we've got 2 other places to go in a bit. We'll have a little break. If you've got any drinks, we'll go back to the safe place outside and then we'll go across the way. Ooh, this one's just the same, isn't it? Ooh, there's a little room in here. Don't remember. Ooh, that's like an ether smell. Like, oh, it's like a. Oh, I don't know what that would have been for. This is like a fridge or a freezer, I think. Yeah. Ooh. Oh God, they've got a shudder in here. Could be. I don't know. Oh, it's horribly cold in here. It is. And this would have been. Okay. Come on, I think it's time for a little break and we'll try the other place in a bit. Because we've got like 2 or 3 places. You haven't got your lone vigil yet. Watch your step. Should be good. You can take your little spirit box with you. Something, yeah, well, not with us as such, but loads of orbs. We got names mentioned, but we went into the lockups and something really was going on weird there, wasn't it? It was banging in all the rooms, everywhere and everything.
I've recorded us getting thrown stones.
I'm going to stop this now.
So Mandy, at a Sound Hospital Radio, here we are at Denbigh Mental Asylum. How are you feeling?
Fine, actually.
Oh yeah, you're feeling pretty good?
Absolutely, it's fab.
I'll tell you what, we've picked up some strange noises and things like that, haven't we, on different items of equipment we've got here. And
yeah, absolutely, some strange goings on. It's really it's not unnerving. No, that's not the right word. It's not unnerving, but it's if you don't like this kind of thing, it is quite unsettling.
We, by the way, are going on a lone vigil with the guys. I'm not really looking forward to that because I believe I'm going down to where the mortuary was. So.
Marvellous.
And I think you're going to the nice place, the chapel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather go to the morgue, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll swap with you anytime. We'll sort that out. So we're heading into another part of the building now that we haven't been into before. It's kind of like another annex, really, like, if you like, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't really know the history on this place because obviously it was short notice that we were coming and quite unnerving. I think Eddie looks more worried than anyone and he's head of security. Yeah.
Well, I've just had my first ciggy in 3 years.
You're on film.
We've got that on audio.
Wait, so this has evidently been a corridor. Yeah?
You're listening to Sound Hospital Radio, and this is Mike Shepherd, Station Manager for Community Scene Wirral. Well, here we are on location at Denbigh Lunatic Asylum here in North Wales, and earlier on this evening Michael Boyd nominated myself and Mandy Jones to go on a lone vigil with him, but before that, in the first part of the annex, something came through on one of the frequency scanners, and it was a voice when Mandy was holding the scanner which simply said, "Watch out for the wood." Now, we didn't really know what that meant at the time. There was bits of wood and debris around on the floor, as you might expect in a derelict building. But 10 minutes later, maybe 15 minutes later, just by chance, I happened to look up towards the sort of ceilings, if you like, and maybe 30, 40 feet above us in the air was a very precarious large window frame with broken glass and all that kind of stuff in it, and it really is very unnerving, and I've got to believe that that was a message telling us to watch out for the wood. Maybe a kind of nice spirit or guide, if you like, trying to, warn us of the dangers or the impending dangers that we might have been in had we stayed underneath that window frame any longer. Now, Michael earlier on this evening said that we should go on this lone vigil, and here we are in what we believe to be the crematorium. Now, this place really is quite frightening now, because various parts of this building look very clinical indeed. Some even look clean still. There is ceilings falling down in various parts of this building as well, which are quite simply too dangerous to enter really. But I am feeling very nervous and very unnerved here. I really can't wait to get out of this part of the building. Now, outside there's kind of silos, and there's the furnace stacks where they cremated the bodies, of course, and it really is very unnerving. There's lots of knocks and bangs, and there's all sorts of stuff coming through on the frequency scanner now, and Michael has taken, I don't know if this is the right word, taken possession of maybe some sort of a spirit who is trying to take over his body. This really is a very frightening moment, and I really do need to get outside. The spirits and guides and, the ghosts, if you like, that are here, trying to maybe play tricks on us and play tricks on our minds. I'm not quite sure, but this really is very frightening now, and I just need to get out of this part of the building. Well, here we are outside the crematorium now, and Michael is on his knees at the moment. He's okay. He's just recovering from being taken over, or at least trying to be taken over by some sort of spirit guide. Now, on the frequency scanner, there seems to be a lady's voice who she seems to have kind of a sweet voice, really, if you like, and a very warm, welcoming voice, and maybe I think she is trapped here in this building and needs to get out. But on the other side of that, there's also a voice on the frequency scanner, which is a very domineering male voice, and he's saying, "Shut up, be quiet." Now, the radios weren't working at one point. We were kind of like directed up a pathway with kind of brown bollards on one side as well. Now, Michael at one point managed to talk to Tony on the radio, and he said, "Is this right? Are these bollards? Did you walk past these bollards to get to where you were going?" And this voice clearly came back, which I've got to be honest, didn't quite sound like Tony, but I believed it was at the time, said, "Yes, that's correct." So we carried on walking, and we got to a point in this area where we were cut off, quite literally, and we couldn't go any further. Now, on the frequency scanner this time, there was voices, and I mean many voices, kind of like laughing, and it was getting very, very cold. Now, we've quite simply turned around, headed back, and we finally and thankfully caught up with the rest of the team. Well, I really do believe that we really should be heading back to the minibus now. We are on our way back there, but once again, over the frequency scanner, we have just heard a voice, a female voice, and it seems very distressful, really. A clear voice that says, "Please don't go." And that is just our final experience, if you like, of Denbigh Lunatic Asylum. I can't wait to get back to the minibus now, and this has been a very unnerving and very frightening, I have to say, in parts, and a very, very haunted place this really is indeed. This is Michael Shepherd and Mandy Jones for Community Scene Wirral at Sound Hospital Radio.
sheer size of this place.
I got an old picture of it, you know, it was at its height.
Yeah.
Fucking size of it. I was trying to work out, you know, from where we'd been. You couldn't really, because you couldn't just get a scale of where the buildings that have gone.
We've not even covered half of it this evening.
No.
This is the padded cell area. Solitary confinement. We had members of the public doing lone vigils here earlier. It's definitely a place where I wouldn't want to be alone. Some strange reason we've lost radio contact with Mike and Mandy, who were with the other Mike and Mandy from the radio station. They're not that far away, so there's no reason why the radio shouldn't go through. Okay, members are now moving into their own room. Okay, so if you all get yourselves comfortable and relax. If we look, there is police tape here. We've lost Eddie. We've lost Eddie. Hello. Okay. If you all get comfortable in your own rooms. Okay, there's one here, Ash. Take a seat.
A seat?
Yeah, take a seat on the floor. Okay. If you all get relaxed. Okay, if we can have silence now, please. If you all sit down, get relaxed, silence, turn off your torches, and it'll be lights out. All torches out, please. We are now in complete darkness. Wait till I sit down so I can get comfy.